Hello friends, see if you have downloaded a pattern from me or from another maker and that pattern is too large to be printed on a single piece of paper, I have a couple solutions for you. So we want to get from this to this. Let's go talk about a couple of ways you can do that. Alright, well I'm going to keep this brief because I bet you've got a pattern you're just dying to go make. So let's talk about two ways to get your PDF pattern onto paper. The first way, one that I actually found to work really well, was just to call a local print shop. And this is a print shop, not like a chain store, but it's just a local store, and they kind of specialize in doing black and white blueprints for like engineering companies. And so I was able to get this whole pattern printed. It's about 5 or 6 feet long, and this was $3.15. So that wasn't bad at all. I was really surprised. One thing to note, I'll try to make all my patterns on a 36-inch artboard, or a canvas they call it. So at a print shop they have a printer that will print on a roll that's 36 inches tall. So hopefully that'll work out pretty well, so you can just send them the pattern like I did and they'll be able to print it out for you. As long as you're okay with black and white, it should be pretty affordable. If you want to print it at home, I'll show you a couple things that I learned. So I definitely learned a lot from Stock and Barrel. Parker at Stock and Barrel made a nice little video a lot like this one. And so most of what I'm going to show you is just exactly what he showed you. There's a couple little changes that I made that might make it just a little bit easier, but essentially there's a way to do that from Adobe Acrobat, which you can just download for free. Make sure that's on your computer. That way when you pull up a PDF, you'll be able to follow along and print it just like I do. So now in Acrobat, we got our PDF pulled up. We'll go to the printer and select the printer you want, then go to Poster. Poster is what's going to allow you to print on multiple 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper, or whatever size paper that you have in your printer. And make sure that the tile scale is 100%. And I check the box that says cut marks. When you check that box, that puts a little hash on the corners of all the papers because the printing does not go clear to the edge. So if you put the cut marks on there, that gives you a little indication of exactly how much you should cut off of the edge, so that all those pages butt up right exactly together. So then we want to just check over on the preview there. You can see, you can actually count. This is going to be 5 by 7, so that's going to be 35 pages. And so that's a lot of pages, but I'm going to go ahead and print it. So we'll just hit print. So then when this prints out, it's going to print on a whole bunch of pages. Unfortunately, there's not a way, if you print it this way, to have it like numbered so that you can lay them out A, B, C, D. So you will need to put it together a little bit like a jigsaw puzzle, but they'll sort of print out in order so that you can tile them one by one, unless your baby girl grabs them out of the printer and drops them all on the floor. So whether you've printed your pattern out at home on small pieces of paper, or you've had a print shop print it out nice and large for you, it's going to be a little bit flimsy to actually work with this as a pattern, so you'll probably want to mount it on something a little bit more firm. I like to go to the craft store and get some poster board, and this is all I have left to show you. I don't have any big pieces left over, but this is what I like to use, just some inexpensive poster board. I like to use spray adhesive. You kind of spray the pieces as you go, and you can lay it down. You can use a rolling pin or something to make sure it sticks well, and then trim it out from there, and then you have a really nice usable pattern that's got a little bit more backbone. It's going to hold up for a longer period of time. And one more crucial detail that you definitely want to pay attention to is that this is printed to scale. So I made some scale blocks here, and this is a 2 by 12 inch grid here. So you can take like a 1 foot ruler and lay it up against there. It should be exactly 1 foot. These should be 1 inch squares. There's also a centimeter, 2 by 10 centimeter grid there. You just want to double check that no matter which way you print it, that it's printed to full scale and it's exactly 1 inch square. So I hope this has been helpful. I cannot wait to see what you make. Please send me a picture. If you haven't already downloaded this pattern for free, go ahead and do that now, and I'll see you on the next video.